Hi, and welcome back to Panama for Real. Today we're joined by Chris Segui, who was one of our immigration law experts here on the channel. Chris, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Orny, thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Chris is here today to help us to try and demystify probably the first question that people ask when they're thinking of looking at Panama, coming over and having a look around, is how long can a non-resident stay in the country? Chris, I understand there are three groups of people. There's the people from the US and Canada, there's the rest of the world, more or less, and then there's a group of countries that you need a full visa. Could you explain how that works? I understand Canadians and people from the US can stay for 180 days.
That's correct, that's correct. Americans and Canadians, just like you say, can stay up to 180 days. If you're from the rest of the world, like you say, I mean the countries that don't require a previous visa, you can be 90 days. If you do require a visa, well, you have to do that previous process first, and then you're only allowed 30 days in the country.
Okay, so with a 180-day tourist visa, someone can stay literally 180 days, not 6 months.
That's correct, not 6 months, because in that time frame of 180 days, if you have a month that has 31 days, you're done, because you're not going to be 180. Maybe you'll be 181, 182, and then for those 2 days over that time frame, you're already breaking law, so you're going to receive a fine.
Okay. Now, I've seen that myself at the airport. In fact, I've been guilty of it myself. I was fined once. And when you do get fined, you used to be able to pay it at the airport on the way out. That's not the case anymore, is it?
That's not the case anymore. I mean, fines are still the same, $50 per every 30 days you stay over your time frame allowed. Like you say, you can't pay at the airport anymore. Now you have to go over to immigration's office and pay it over there. You can hire an attorney to do that for you, but it's not mandatory. You're not required by law to do it. You can do it yourself. But I mean, if you have a language barrier, it's best off going and hiring an attorney so they can help you out. As soon as you go ahead and make that payment, then you have 7 days to leave the country. Now, if you're at the airport and you're going through this hustle, you can walk away from that fine as well, but you will be banned and you won't be allowed to come into the country for the next 5 years. So if we're talking about Mickey Mouse money, $50, $100, it's not worth it, you know.
Okay. I also hear about, and I actually did this once myself, I was coming to the end of my 90 days and I flew to Colombia and for one night and came back. And I remember thinking that was risky. It's not actually illegal, is it? You can do it.
Yeah, it's not illegal. I mean, what I tell my clients is that I know relocating to Panama or to any other country in the world is a huge step. You have to definitely be sure that's what you want. So coming down to Panama, purchasing a property, seeing if you like the weather, seeing if you like Panama lifestyle, their food, because there's things that you will get in the grocery in the UK, but you won't get it in a supermarket here, you know. And that's small things sometimes can make you do something or not. So come over to Panama, play around with your time frame. Now, with this, I'm not telling you do it for 10 years. If you do it for 5 years, for 3 years, you definitely after a time frame, immigration authorities will see, okay, he's doing a constant pattern, you know, he's doing the same thing on a constant basis, and you will be stopped and they will tell you, okay, it's about time you gain residency in the country. But I mean, yeah, definitely you can fly out and then come in and your time frame will start from scratch.
Okay, so in a nutshell, US and Canada can stay 180 days.
That's correct.
There are how many countries on the list of, is it?
As we speak, there's over 100 countries that can be in the country. I mean in Panama for 90 days.
For 90 days. And then there is other countries where you need a visa.
That's correct. There's some other countries that, due to security reasons, for Panama, do require a visa to be able to visit Panama.
And in that case, you need to go to your local Panamanian consulate, don't you, wherever you live? And
you can go over to the embassy, or you can hire an attorney. You can hire a Panamanian attorney, and they can do it on your behalf. Okay,
so that's really clear. Thanks. It's in a nutshell. It's 180, 90, or a 30-day visa. And that list of countries that can stay for 90 days is on lots of websites all over the place. But if you're from Europe, if you're from those kind
I mean,
of
there's
countries.
a list of over 100, like I said. You can find it online or an immigration website. I mean, right now there's over 150. I think 130. Can't be right exactly on how many countries there is, but there is. I mean, you have to do your due diligence before coming over to Panama. Do your due diligence. What you need.
Yeah, or call a lawyer. Call a lawyer and say, hey, what do I need to do? Chris, thanks very much. That was really useful, and see you in the next program.
Looking forward. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.